It's been 6 months since we created a new position. We wrote for a grant for early childhood education support professional. Our goal with this position was to support our teachers in classrooms in a way that we never had been before. One of the goals we had in this position is recognizing the different resources that we have.
It's been great to really step into this new role. I'm pretty happy with the way things are rolling.
Michelle, how has it felt? How has it felt in the last 6 months?
Lots of feeling. We've gotten a lot of good progress. Of course, there's been, trial and error, but I think it's been great to really step into this new role to aid our families, our staff, our children. I'm pretty happy with the way things are rolling. I feel like I've gotten a good handle on stepping into rooms. So first I've got to dip my feet into a coaching training, which really focused a lot on building relationships, and that's what we're doing here. So I've been really implementing that in the classrooms and trying to help coach and assist our teachers with, those big behavioral issues with our kiddos. So what also goes into that too is we've been creating action plans for our children as well.
If you haven't watched the first 2 introductory videos that we created 6 months ago on this project, check them out. We'll put a link to those videos somewhere up here on the top. But as a quick recap, our goal with this position was to support our teachers in classrooms in a way that we never had been before.
Right.
To be able to create opportunities for children and families for better continuity of care, because we have more services. We have you as a 7-year veteran in early childhood, as well as going through coach and support.
Yes.
We're not experts in all behaviors, all children, but we recognize that need
Yes.
for more intense support. And so I've talked to many teachers and they've loved that idea. We've both sat in parent meetings where
Yes.
before we would have had to pull the plug on care or end care early because we wouldn't have had the typical resources. So I feel like it's been great. Watching your confidence grow over the last 6 months has been wonderful to see. And then the support and training you've done, but also our staff. Like you said, we have action plans. You may call them a behavior plan with children. We've gotten more involved and created policies for parent meetings. If we have a child that's acting out in such a way that it requires additional support in the classroom, then we have a personalized plan, whether it's every 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, to meet with those parents again, bring them in. We've been able to hang on to kids longer.
Yes.
We've been able to provide better support and care for children and families. And then most importantly, like the staff, supporting the staff.
And I feel like too, we've just seen, like you said, I feel like we've seen a lot of happier faces too, just with parents, staff, just being able to really give those resources and those tips and tools for the teachers has, I would say, build their confidence as well, and in turn has given much better support for our parents.
Now, one of the things that if you're a director or owner looking at this going, yeah, so you just hire another staff, I get it. However, one of the big keys on this project was sustainability. We needed to have a plan for sustainability. And we knew going in that one of those efforts was going to be bringing you into our administrative team as an administrative assistant. So that means that you can support classrooms in the classroom role first, but also step in when we have a director or assistant director that's out for that day, filling both roles simultaneously. Because with minimal margins and big payroll, we've got to make sure that we can sustain that additional salary. And so, so stepping in for admin, supporting admin, because as a director, you're always running everywhere, putting out fires. You're now the first line fire defense.
I have got, my foot in there, a good taste of it. It has been really great to not only be, our ECE support, but to learn those admin roles. Like you were saying, I feel like I have been able to really help parents a lot more with little questions. I can take loads off of, Nancy and David. I've learned more about billing, CCAP. I can do certain enrollments. I have gotten better at our waiting list. So I think it's been, like you said, really great to take some of that weight off our other directors so they can focus on the bigger things while I educate myself on our smaller tasks. It's been a lot. Like you said, 7 years in the classroom is completely different to stepping into an admin role and that support role.
We really want to encourage other centers to try to identify this person in your program. We talked about multitasking for the sustainability. Also, Shale will step in as a sub.
Yes.
As last resort, we try to maintain a sub pool for our program, but stepping in there can also, and if you're a director and you step into the classroom because you're short staffed, you learn what's working and what's not. And because we've defined this role for you as our ECE support professional, that teachers know they don't call you when they have a sniffle to cover their shift. But when she's in there, now she's working with them and in a great magnitude. So again, subbing, that's how you're going to be able to continue to maintain sustainability. So we're going to talk more and more about our EC support professional role and all the experience. We're going to talk about resources, gathering resources for teachers, parents, families,
children, our big community resources for everybody.
Right, so there'll be a separate lesson on that. We're also going to talk about the coaching and tapping into current resources in your market and training online and others. So we'll talk about that, as well as how that is translated into supporting staff in the classroom. That's a big part. And then we're also going to have another one focused on behaviors. We're going to find out what you've learned, and you had great skills, and that's why you're ideal for this position. So we'll do another lesson on what Shale has learned. And the beautiful thing is, if you pick the right person for your program, they're coming with skills. And we chose this one right. This role is not for everyone. It is not for gossiping Galapagos. So if you have a gossiping Galapagos girl in your program, this is not for them. This is for someone who's super focused, so passionate, good communicator, loves the kids, loves the program, loyal to the program, which means loyal to the mission, to the philosophies, that works well with others, young and old and older.
All aspects.
I love it. So stay tuned, follow this series. We want to help you implement this type of person, this type of position rather, into your program. Thanks for being here.